straight from Las Vegas. If you're thinking dollar signs, you know where to go. MVP Sports Radio Show. From all the top teams to all the sleepers, giving you the best choice to make your pockets deeper. I'm the MVP, no one harder than me. Make your money double up or multiply by 3. I'm the MVP, giving you the winners. Put your money on me. The rest are just beginners. I'm the MVP. Hottest show about sports. Number 1 in the game. The rest coming up short. MVP Sports with my man Chris Barr. Number 1 in Las Vegas and still going hard.
January 28th, 2017. We're going to be going over some college basketball. Going to look back at what happened yesterday in college basketball on Friday night. First things first, you want to get a hold of me. This weekend only, it's going to be the best deal ever. $20, that's all I'm asking. You go to chrisbarr.com, KRISBARR.com. Check it out, $20. Saturday card, Sunday, Monday, AFC, NFC Pro Bowl included. North versus South in the college football. And then today on this podcast, college basketball segment, I'm going to be giving out 3 college basketball free client plays. I'm going to have 7 total in college basketball on Saturday. You're going to get 3 free right here, and my best 4, my top 4 in college basketball. You can get it on that package for only $20. I'm going 4-0 today. Hopefully I'm going 7-0. And you're going to get my 3 games right here in a second. Follow me on Twitter at KRISBARR, the GOAT, at Chris Barr, the GOAT. And like I said, you can also text me 928-200-2998. It's only $20 for the weekend. It's probably one of the best deals you'll ever get. 3 full days for only $20. Real quick, I just want to recap. I gave out the client plays for free on Friday. Ended up 3-1. College basketball ended up. The only game I lost was an NBA play. So college basketball was good. I also won the Blazers in the NBA. But VCU came through, and VCU were down 2 at halftime, and we took them in the second half, and they came through also. So we ended up doing good on Friday night. Going into Saturday, VCU ends up winning the game 73-68. There wasn't really any other good games on Friday night to even mention. Let's move on to Saturday. There's a bunch of games on Saturday. I'm going to hit all of them, most of them, ones that matter. Texas A&M at West Virginia. West Virginia giving up 16 points here. The last time they were giving up 16 points in a game like this, they lost outright to Oklahoma last week. Do I think West Virginia can cover 16 points here? Yeah, they're coming off of a big win versus Kansas the other day. And Texas A&M's not that good on the road. Texas A&M's not that good at the spread. They're not that good overall. West Virginia's a pissed-off team right now. I think they can cover 16 points. Is it a podcast free play? No. Is it a lean? Yes. So if you want to go at West Virginia first thing in the morning, go for it. I'm not recommending, and I'm just letting you know I think West Virginia can cover the 16 points. They should have no problem beating Texas A&M by 20. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Central Michigan at Kent State, don't care. Wisconsin at Rutgers. Rutgers is a very terrible team, plus 16 at home here. They're actually 9-2 at home, 12-9 overall. But Wisconsin's coming in 17-3. They're a very good team. This is an early game. Wisconsin should cover this game. I would stay away. It's a lot of points to be given up on the road. But like I said, Rutgers are not that good. But it is a Big Ten game, so I'd probably stay away from that one. But I would recommend Wisconsin. I really would. I don't think Rutgers is gonna. Rutgers is not. They're just gonna get outplayed. They're 2-8 their last 10, 3-7 at the spread. Let's move on from that one before I give Wisconsin out as a podcast free play or something. Notre Dame at Georgia Tech. This almost made my 6-point teaser. Speaking of 6-point teaser, I'm giving out my 6-point teaser of the day. My best 6-point teaser, 2-teamer. It's a client play. It's going to all my clients, and you're going to get it for free. I almost took Notre Dame here. They're minus 6.5 on the road. I almost took Notre Dame to win the game. I think Notre Dame wins this game. You could probably put them with someone else, maybe North Carolina, because I'm not taking them also. We'll get into North Carolina here in a second. I think Notre Dame beats Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech has beat North Carolina and Duke, right? I'm trying to think. Who did Georgia Tech just beat? No, it wasn't Duke. It was who the hell did Georgia Tech just beat? Florida State. Okay, so they whooped the fuck out of Florida State. I actually told you guys on the last podcast Georgia Tech plus 10. Now that I remember, but I don't think they beat Duke this year. No. But I think they did beat North Carolina. I'm not really sure, but I don't think they're going to win this game against Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's going to come in and they're going to beat Georgia Tech. Probably a good money line parlay play. I might go a little bit of something on it. I'm not sure. It's not a client play or a podcast free play, but I think Notre Dame gets the job done. Clemson at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh getting 3 points at home here. I think Pittsburgh's a better team than Clemson. Pittsburgh +3, possibly get them on a 6-point teaser up to +9. Do whatever you want with it. If Clemson wins, but I would lean Pittsburgh in that one. Florida State at Syracuse. This is going to be a client play. And this is going to be a free client play on the podcast today. Florida State money line is going to be the play. They're coming off an embarrassing loss on the road. They're going into Syracuse. I know Syracuse is going to be rocking. They're 12-2, but they're not the same Syracuse team. They're playing a good Florida State team, a pissed off Florida State team. 18-3 on the season, and I think Florida State will get the job done. It's going to be my first client play of the morning. So get on Florida State on the money line. They're -3 right now. Get on them as fast as you can. Florida State will win that game. North Carolina at Miami of Florida. North Carolina -6 on the road. Like I said earlier, you could probably put a 6-point teaser with Notre Dame on this spot. I'm just not feeling confident enough to put Notre Dame and North Carolina together as a podcast free play or anything like that, or a client play, because I'm just staying away from them today. There's been too many upsets. They're both on the road. I don't trust either one of them. But if you wanted to play a 2-team 6-point teaser, they both should win. Are they both going to win? Who really knows? Not me. But they should win, both of them. Skipping down, I don't care about any of these games. St. Bonaventure, Rhode Island, I don't care. I mean, I don't really mess with the small schools. Providence, Marquette, you guys know how I feel about the Big East. Providence, I can't fucking stand Providence. They suck on the road so bad. Marquette should have their way with them. -8.5, I'd give up that number. Marquette should wipe that team out of the building. Providence is a joke. Northern Illinois is at Toledo. I mean, who cares? Florida at Oklahoma. You got to get a hold of me if you want that one. It's a client play. Florida at Oklahoma. You got to get a hold of me. I'm not even going to mention anything else about it. Louisiana State, LSU at Texas Tech. Who cares? Texas Tech's -15.5. Are they really? LSU's really gone downhill. I mean, they really have been going downhill. Kansas State at Tennessee. This is also a client play, so we're going to skip that one. Kansas State at Tennessee. Tennessee's giving up 1 point in that one at home. Tennessee just coming off of a big win versus Kentucky, if you remember the other day. Let's see here. Maryland at Minnesota. Minnesota at home, -4.5. I'm not a fan of Maryland. I was last year. Diamond Stone's gone. He's playing for the Clippers. He's in the developmental league, the D League. Man, they got to bring his ass up. Diamond Stone from Maryland last year. Trimble, he's all right. You know, I like Trimble. I just don't like this Maryland team. I really don't. They're 18-2. I mean, they're playing good basketball, but I just don't believe in this team. I think Minnesota will beat them. You want to get Minnesota on a money line parlay, or Minnesota on a 4-point teaser. Minnesota should get the job done at home against Maryland. They really should. DePaul at Creighton. DePaul's a fucking terrible team. Creighton should whoop the shit out of them. -15.5. But Creighton's a team to stay away from right now. I'm not even gonna mention another thing. It's Big East. I don't like Big East. Duke at Wake Forest. Client play. Get a hold of me. You're not getting that one for free. Let's see here. Just scrolling down the card. A bunch of bullshit games. Eastern Washington at Montana State. Who's gonna fucking sit there on Saturday and watch that game? St. Louis at George Washington. I thought George Washington was the president. What the fuck? There's a school after him? I know there's a school. I'm just joking. New Mexico at Nevada. Nevada should whoop the fuck out of New Mexico. To be honest with you, the way Nevada's been playing basketball this year, I'm staying away from this game. I have no reason to bet this game. It's a Mountain West game. All the teams in the Mountain West are junk. But New Mexico is just a whole nother junk. I used to like New Mexico a lot. They're like UNLV. They're shit. Don't bet fucking New Mexico, especially on the road. Nevada's at home. They're 8-1 at home. They're 17-4. They're a good team. They're going to want to win this game. Nevada money line. I mean, you got to get on Nevada in that game. I don't see New Mexico hanging around in that game. I really don't. You can put that one down as a podcast free play if you want Nevada money line. I'll just give it to you right there. San Francisco at Pacific, don't care. Arkansas at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State -7 in that one. I don't trust that team. I'm staying away from that one. Texas at Georgia, don't care about either one of these teams. Texas on the road is fucking hilarious. Georgia is not even a good that game. It wouldn't surprise me if Texas won that game though, because that's such a junk ass game. Iowa State at Vanderbilt. It's also another client play that I can't talk about. Let's keep going with this. Love doing this basketball card every Saturday. Illinois at Penn State. Penn State's been playing good basketball, right? Illinois is terrible on the road. Penn State only giving up 2.5 at home. You can't trust this team though. Over the years, Penn State, every time I've fucking bet them on a low spread like this, they never win. Illinois probably win that game. Not gonna even touch it. UNLV at San Jose State. When would the day ever come that San Jose State's a favorite against UNLV? Now that's sad. San Jose State in college basketball is a favorite against UNLV. That's terrible and sad. UNLV, you should be ashamed of yourself and you should win the game. They're +1.5 in that game. How is San Jose State favored against UNLV? That's terrible. What a smack in the face. I mean, UNLV lost to some junk-ass teams this year, though. So, all right, let's keep going. Oh, there's a good one. Georgia State at Troy. Yeah, let's watch that one. That game is going to be a good one. We got to get the guys together and fucking watch that one. Colorado State at San Diego State. San Diego State -8.5. You know what? San Diego State's dog shit. Would I even take them on the money line? Probably not. I don't trust that team anymore. San Diego State's dog shit. They're not doing nothing. Boise State at Wyoming. Some more Mountain West bullshit. Boise State's a joke. The Mountain West is terrible. They really are. I can't wait to bet against them in the tournament if any of these junk-ass teams make it. Wyoming -1. Wyoming should get the job done. They should beat Boise State. Boise State's not that good. Wyoming's 14-7, 11-1 at home. Why not take Wyoming at home here? Why are they only -1? What's up with that line? Boise State's junk. But we're going to keep moving on with this one. Mississippi State at Alabama. Crimson Tide -8. Who cares? Auburn at TCU. TCU's giving up 10 points here. I know Auburn's junk, on the road especially, but TCU should not be giving up 10 points to anybody. 11-2 at home. I had Baylor when they played at TCU. All the big games this year. I swear to God, I win every big game in college basketball. All the big games this year. Oregon beating UCLA. I mean, I can keep going. All the big games I've won. And that's my main deal, is winning the big games. Like the Super Bowl coming up. I've won 8 Super Bowls in a row, and I'm going to win my 9th. I know for a fact. I know who's going to win the Super Bowl. You got to get a hold of me if you want that one. $200 for the next 2 weeks, by the way, for the service. $200 the next 2 weeks. 20 for the weekend, though. 20. You'll get Saturday, Sunday for the weekend. $20. I mean, you can't beat that, can you? Baylor at Mississippi. Baylor -7.5 in this one on the road. Baylor should have their way with them. Maybe get them in a 6-point teaser. Baylor -1.5. Maybe put Baylor on a money line parlay. I don't have any reason to take Baylor here, or even Mississippi's at home. I don't even care about that game. I really don't. Kansas at Kentucky. All right, here we go. The 6-point teaser. So now you got Kentucky's all the way up to -7 now. Holy shit. It was 6.5. Here's the client play teaser. I'm just going to give it to you right now. So you got Kansas at Kentucky. Kentucky -7. So I guess you got to get them -1. And then we're going to skip all the way to the end of the night. And my Oregon Ducks came through the other night for me at Utah. Now they got to go at Colorado a couple days later. They're -6.5. Perfect spot for a 6-point teaser. Get them down to -0.5. So there's your 2-team. This is a client play. All the clients are going to get this. I'm going to be betting the fuck out of this. I love this play. Kentucky will beat Kansas. I said at the beginning of the week, Kansas is going to lose 2 games this year. West Virginia whooped the shit out of Kansas. Kentucky's going to beat Kansas. Even if they struggle, Kansas is going to put up their best game. We already know that. Kentucky will win the game. And Oregon will beat Colorado. So there's your 2-team 6-point teaser for Saturday. That's my big client. That's one of my big client plays. They're all big. All my plays are big. And then Florida State. Get on Florida State early. And then there's one more I wanted to mention. College basketball. Let's go back to where I was at earlier on the card here. Okay, so Kansas at Kentucky. I already mentioned that. Moving forward here. New Orleans at Stephen F. Austin. Yeah, who cares? Oregon State at Utah. Here we go. Utah minus 21. That's a client play for free. I'm giving it for free. Utah coming off of well, I almost said embarrassing loss. It was an embarrassing loss. Oregon's way better than you, okay? Oregon's my team to go all the way, if you guys don't know. That's my team to go all the way. They're talented in every level. And as long as they stay healthy, Oregon will be in the fucking Final Four. I guarantee you that one. They'll be in the Final Four. They're good. They're way underrated. They should be in the top 5 for sure. But Oregon State at Utah. Here we go. Let's talk about that one. This is a client play. Utah minus 21. The line's probably going to go up, so get the best line that you can. I mean, it really doesn't matter if it goes up to 22, 23, 24. Utah's going to whoop the fuck out of this team, probably by 30, at least 30. Oregon State 0-8 on the road. 1-9 their last 10. 4-17 overall. Oregon State's a joke. Utah's pissed off. They just lost at home. They're pissed off. All they got to do is outscore this team by 10 each half, 11 each half. They'll probably outscore them by 20 each half. They should win the game by 30 or 40 points. This is a client play. I like this play a lot. Utah minus 21. They're pissed off, and Oregon State's in the wrong place at the wrong time. Utah is going to fucking smash Oregon State, and that's a late game on Friday night. Or Saturday night. What the fuck? That's a late game on Saturday night. Let's keep going with this. Longwood versus who cares? UTEP at Marshall. We are Marshall. Don't care. Who gives a fuck? Really though, I don't care about a lot of these games. I don't care about a lot of these conferences. I mean, it's just if you guys want to listen to these, if you guys want to hear about these other lower conferences, and I just don't care to follow them, and I don't bet them. I'm talking about like the Mid-American, the Ohio Valley, like the Colonial. I don't fuck with any of that. The Ivy League. I don't mess with any. Conference USA, Big South, Atlantic Sun. I mean, I could keep going. I just don't mess with any of them. The Horizon League. I love the Pac-12. You'll usually see me betting Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12. I don't like SEC. I don't like Big East. There's a lot I don't like. So pretty much, I don't like the Big West. So pretty much you just gotta know I deal with the bigger schools, to be honest with you. Alright, so let's keep going with this. Abilene Christian, okay, no care. Ohio State at Iowa. Just looking at this, Iowa should win the game, right? Minus 1.5, 10-3 at home. Ohio State, this is a Big Ten game. I'm pretty familiar with Big Ten. And I think Ohio State upsets Iowa in this game. I'm not even going to touch it. You just can't trust Iowa. I mean, until they can show me they can win. This is a mediocre Ohio State team. I don't even think they can beat Ohio State. Iowa's terrible. They really are. 11-10. They're not that fucking good. Tulane at UConn. UConn's giving up 13.5. What the fuck's up with that? Is this the women playing versus Tulane or what? UConn men giving up 13.5. Get out of here. I wouldn't even trust that on the money line. Tulane, 4-16 on the year. Go in there and beat them. Their season's been terrible. Go in there and fucking make them fucking cry. Tulane money line, get on it. You get a good number on that one. All right, so back to serious here. Big East, Georgetown at Butler. I actually liked Butler the other day, and they came through for me. I bet them, and they won. Butler 11-0 at home, 18-3. The solid team, very solid. Minus 9.5 against Georgetown. I had Georgetown the other day, +2. They ended up whooping someone's ass. I believe it was Creighton. These are two teams that I respect out of the Big East. I really do. Georgetown's had a horrible season, but I do respect them when I bet them. They usually cover for me. Butler, a team that I actually love betting. I hate the Big East, but you know what? When teams cover for you, you got to get on Butler minus 9.5. They should have no problem whooping Georgetown in this game. They're at home minus 9.5. They're 11-0, 18-3, like I said, and they're playing some good basketball. Butler is a very solid team. Look out for that team in the tournament for sure. I guess I would say podcast free play for Butler minus 9.5. I mean, I'm just giving out games left and right. South Carolina at Missouri. South Carolina giving up 10 on the road. I know Missouri's a joke, but South Carolina giving up 10.5 on the road. Wow. Idaho at Montana. I'm sure they'll have a big showing for that one. A bunch of Montana guys, people going up to that one. Don't care. Fresno State at Utah State. It's a good game if you like shitty games. Loyola Marymount at BYU. BYU minus 12.5. You know what? Fuck BYU. I had them the other night against Santa Clara, and they lost outright. How are you going to lose to Santa Clara? Get the fuck out of here. Gonzaga at Pepperdine. Oof. Gonzaga's just whooping teams' asses. I mean, they really are. Minus 22 on the road in a West Coast Conference game. This is Saturday night game, huh? Gonzaga minus 22. I guess you just got to jump on it. Pepperdine's not that good. Do they hang around? Probably not. Temple at Houston. Who cares? All right, so let's just. I think that's pretty much it. St. Mary's at Santa Clara. Santa Clara's at home plus 10. Fuck Santa Clara. St. Mary's should whoop that ass. UC Santa Barbara at Hawaii. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the college basketball card. So you guys got Florida State money line first thing in the morning. Get on that. And then get on Utah minus 21. That's a client play. And then the third client play that I gave was Oregon minus a half and Kentucky minus a half. Well, it says it's at minus 7 now, so minus 1. If you want to just do this, this will be easier because I'm sure the Oregon line is going to go up too. Just do a money line parlay, Oregon and Kentucky. Both should have no problem winning on Saturday. And I should go 3-0 on this, and then I got 4 more client plays. You just got to get a hold of me, 928-200-2998. And or you can email picks by email at gmail.com. There's many ways to get a hold of me. Twitter at Chrisbar the Goat. That's KRISBARR. You can visit the website, purchase on the website for this weekend's package. Only $20. Just go to services. Just go to the website KRISBARR.com and you'll find it. It's $20 for the weekend. And I appreciate you guys listening. I will be back for another college basketball podcast next Saturday, full slate, same things. I appreciate every single one of you listening to me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm new to the YouTube channel. Hit subscribe. Get a hold of me. I'll give you another client play for free. Just get a hold of me. Let's win some money on Saturday. Hopefully all these come through. I consider myself the best college basketball handicapper in the world, so these should go 3-0. The teaser, money or whatever you want to call it, money line parlay should win. And then Utah should whoop the shit out of Oregon State. Florida State should win early. All right, we'll see you later.